Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Indeed, you know the old saying, tell it to the judge? Well, you're shite out of luck doing so when it comes to the administrative monetary penalty system ticket. There is no judge. There is no court. Instead, to seek a modicum of justice, I have to go to a Hamilton bylaw officer to get my ticket withdrawn. That's right. I have to go to the same bylaw enforcement department that issued me the ticket in the first place.
For speeding tickets, even parking tickets, I can go to court for that. Why couldn't I go to court for something like this?
So that's the city policy. If you want to discuss that further, you can speak to somebody else, maybe the mayor, maybe a counselor, but that's not something I can help you with, okay?
Ho-hum, another protest, another pandemic ticket for yours truly. My crime, merely practicing journalism, which is apparently illegal in Canada. Well, depending on which media organization one is employed by. In Montreal, I was at with a $1,550 fine for removing my mask to drink coffee. So I'll comply.
Over there.
Pardon me?
On the boat, you broke the rule on the boat. You know that?
Because I'm eating and drinking. How do I eat and drink with a mask on?
So you didn't eat, you didn't drink.
Sir, my coffee is right there. Come on.
David, what? Spell it for me, please.
In Peterborough, I was served a summons for shaking hands. Oh, and laughing. I almost forgot about the laughing violation. The Peterborough cops take laughing very, very seriously. Most recently, I received a ticket in Hamilton for lack of social distancing, which is to say I got within 2 meters of a person I was interviewing. That apparently makes me the modern day version of Typhoid Mary when it comes to Hamilton bylaw enforcement. I guess they want me to conduct interviews using semaphore flags. That would maintain that precious 6 feet of safety, I suppose. Then again, I should have known better when it comes to Hamilton. My colleague, Efren Monsanto, has received numerous tickets in Steeltown. He's a serial handshaker, you see. Check out the video evidence.
How's it going, man?
Officer Giesbert, City of Hamilton bylaw. I have you here in violation of the Reopening of Ontario Act, gathering with a crowd of more than 5 people.
So that's a pre-written ticket again, just for the record?
There's your provincial offense.
Thank you.
Now this is an administrative penalty notice.
Oh, for what?
Hamilton.
Yeah. This
is for shaking hands with the public.
No way.
Fail to maintain a distance of at least 2 meters from another person. Section bylaw 2164, section 2.1.
Now, funny thing is, when I visited Hamilton to cover a protest at City Hall recently, it was a sad protest indeed. There were fewer than a dozen demonstrators. But unlike Efren, I never encountered any cops or bylaw officers. They were AWOL that day, or so I thought. You see, they were just too cowardly to engage with me. After all, Efren's videos exposed them to be, what's the word? Pathetic Karens without a cause. In any event, just the other day I received an email. It indicated I was being served with a ticket for a whopping $560. Now, at first I thought it was a joke. Who ever heard of being served by email? Usually service is conducted by a peace officer or at the very least by a courier. And yet here was this electronic notice of a violation sitting in my inbox sent by Ranjeni R.J. Reddy, she, her. And it turns out that Ranjeni R.J. Reddy, she, her is indeed a City of Hamilton municipal law enforcement officer / licensing compliance officer. Wow, that's a mouthful. I gave Ranjeni R.J. Reddy, she, her, a call to find out how to fight this nonsensical ticket. Get this, you can't fight it. Well, at least not in a court of law. Check it out.
Yeah, actually, if you could give me clarity there, Miss Reddy, she, her, is there a way I can go to court to fight this ticket?
Nope, it would go through a screening officer. Like I said, if you read the back of the ticket, your options are going to be there. Okay, sir?
So I can't fight this in a court of law. I mean, like, to me, this is very unusual in that I've
There's
even
no
gone to
court
court.
of law. It goes through a screening officer with the City of Hamilton. It's a City of Hamilton ticket.
But that's what I'm getting at. Is there not an inherent conflict of interest there? It is a City of Hamilton employee that's giving me this ticket, and I've got to go to a City of Hamilton employee to, I don't know, make my case that I'm guilty, or to reduce the fine, whatever it is. I mean, for speeding tickets, even parking tickets, I can go to court for that. Why couldn't I go to court for something like this?
So that's the city policy. If you want to discuss that further, you can speak to somebody else, maybe the mayor, maybe a counselor, but that's not something I can help you with, okay?
You see, here's the problem, folks. The ticket I received is known as an administrative monetary penalty system ticket. An administrative monetary penalty system is a very fancy phrase to say in layman's terms that you, the citizen, are getting royally screwed by the system. Indeed, you know the old saying, tell it to the judge? Well, you're shite out of luck doing so when it comes to the administrative monetary penalty system ticket. There is no judge. There is no court. Instead, to seek a modicum of justice, I have to go to a Hamilton bylaw officer to get my ticket withdrawn. That's right. I have to go to the same bylaw enforcement department that issued me the ticket in the first place. Isn't that kind of like the farmer going to the nearby den of foxes to ask for the return of the chickens that were swiped the night before? You know, by those very same foxes. By the way, we decided to play along by their perverse rules. We reached out for dismissal and or lenience, and shockers, we were told no dice. Oh, we can appeal the decision, of course, to the very same jabronis that issued the ticket and declined lenience. So how do you think that appeal is going to go, folks? I'm guessing the odds of me winning such an appeal would make even the most reckless gambler cringe. In fact, this AMPS ticketing reminds me of the Judge Dredd comic book set in a dystopian future. Heavily armed judges prowl the streets looking for criminal activity. These judges are empowered to arrest, convict, sentence, and if need be, execute criminals. It's like a drive-through quickie justice system. It's very efficient, mind you, even though it barely resembles any sort of bona fide justice system. I know what you're thinking right now. Surely this administrative monetary penalty system thingy is an illegal law, a perverse kind of penalty that would go down to defeat in a constitutional challenge. But no, it was challenged in 2015. And the Supreme Court was perfectly fine with it. In the days ahead, I'll have an interview with our superb paralegal, Jenna Little, to outline how this miscarriage of justice occurred in the first place. But what happened in Hamilton is inherently problematic for another reason. What happened to me and Efren was clearly politically motivated. There was no safety issue here, with barely 10 protesters gathering outdoors on a city square. By the way, where was Ranjini, RJ, Reddy, she, her when hundreds of Black Lives Matter protesters assembled there last summer? Where was she, her when hundreds of pro-Hamas protesters assembled there last month? Oh no, nothing to see here, folks. Move along, move along. Sadly, embracing this double standard is how we are rolling in Canada these days. Right before our eyes, we are starting to resemble a banana republic. Correction, we don't grow bananas here, so let's call our once great dominion a maple syrup republic. In the meantime, we are still going to fight all of these fines that I have received for practicing journalism in Montreal and Peterborough and now Hamilton. If you can help me out with the legal fees, that would be most appreciative. Please go to standwithmenzies.com. That's standwithmenzies.com. And if you're able to, kindly make a donation. Thank you. Can you believe it? Getting a ticket that you can't fight in court? Well, that's what an AMPS ticket is. And I have one from Hamilton Bylaw for $560. We have to fight this. If you can, please help me out with my legal fees. Go to standwithmenzies.com. That's standwithmenzies.com. And if you're able to, kindly make a donation. Thank you.